Alright, we're going to work on 4.6b. This is on page 105 through 109. We're going to start with number 10, do some evens for a little bit, and then we have 4 extras kind of at the end. So the first couple are not rational functions, or at least the first one's not. And then the next one is not quite. Maybe the next two are not quite. But they're just good practice solving equations. So let's go ahead and get started with number 10. So this one's just really doing some distributing and then combining like terms. So we're going to multiply the 2 times both the x and minus 1. So that's going to give me 2x minus 2 plus the 3 equals x minus. We're going to multiply the negative 3 times x plus 1. That gives me negative 3x minus 3. And then we are going to combine like terms on this side. So we're going to get 2x plus 1. And then on this side, negative 2x minus 3. I'm going to add 2x to both sides to get all the x's on the left. So that'll give me 4x. I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides to give me a negative 4 over here. And then divide by 4. So we'll get x equals negative 1. Alright, on number 12, what I'm going to do here is look for a common factor so I can create a common denominator, or a common multiple, I mean. And so that common multiple is 12. So I'm going to multiply by each denominator by whatever will make it 12. So I'm going to multiply by 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12. And 3 times 4 is 12. So because I multiplied the denominator here by 3, I need to multiply this numerator by 3. Because I multiplied this one by 2, I'm going to multiply the numerator by 2. And because I multiplied this denominator by 4, I'm going to multiply this one by 4 as well. So my next step is going to be, because all the denominators are 12, now you can solve the numerator. So this is why we practice this first one first, and then we move on to one that is a fraction, and then we'll move on to something a little more difficult as we go. So I'm going to write out my step of what I have left, and then I'll distribute. So 3x plus 3 equals 2 plus 4 times 2, 8, 4 times negative x, and negative 4x. Combine, all I have really is like terms right there, so 3x plus 3 equals 10 minus 4x. I'm going to add 4x to both sides. So it's going to give me 7x over here. Instead of that plus 3, I'll subtract it from both sides. Hope it's okay that I'm doing two things at the same time. 10 minus 3 is 7. That's 0. That's 0 now. And divide both sides by 7. I get x equals 1. Alright, let's go on to number 14. So I'm going to get a denominator here first. Looking for a common multiple between 1, 3, and 8. So the only thing I'm thinking here is 24. So I'm going to multiply. This one needs to be multiplied by 24. This one needs to be multiplied by 8, so times 8 up on the denominator, times 3 down here, so times 3 up here. So now I get 24 times 5 plus 8 times x minus 2, and then equals 3 times x plus 3. So 24 times 5, that's like 120. Plus distribute gives me 8x minus 16. And on the other side, also distribute 3x plus 9. So I'm going to combine like terms first. So 120 minus 16 is 104. So I have 8x plus 104 equals 3x plus 9. Subtract the 3x. So that's 5x. I'm going to subtract 104 as well. So that gives me negative 95. and then I'll divide by 5. So that's what, 19, negative 19? Alright, so number 16, I'm looking for a common denominator for 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, and 3. So if I count by 5s, I'm thinking 5, 10, 10 works with 2, but not 3, 15 works with 3, not 2, 20 works with 2 again, not 3, 25 works with none of them, so 30 is my best shot here. So I'm going to multiply the denominator here by 6 to make it a 30. So I'll multiply the top by 6. This one I have to multiply by 15. So I'll multiply the top by 15. Multiply by 10 down here. So 10 up here. Alright, so that gives me 6 times 3x minus 15 times x minus 3 equals 10 times x plus 2. Multiply this gives me 18x. Distribute here gives me minus 15x plus 15 times 3 is 45. Then on this side distribute 10x plus 20. Combine like terms there gives me just 3x plus 45 equals 10x plus 20. So I know all the time I've been moving the x from this side to this side, but I like to keep it positive. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. So that'll give me a 7x on the right side. And so I'm going to move the 20 over here by subtracting it. So 45 minus 20 is 25. And I'm going to divide by 7. So 25 over 7 is my x. And that's it. Alright, we're going to move on to number 18. And so for number 18, the first thing I'm going to do is give that a denominator. And I see x plus 4, I see x plus 4, I see a 1 here. I'm going to multiply this by x plus 4 to make it a common denominator. So I have to multiply the numerator by x plus 4 as well. Now that the denominators are all the same, I can solve the equation in the numerator. Because basically what happens is to get rid of the denominator, multiply everything by x plus 4, and they would all cancel and leave us just with, or reduce, I mean. And we'll leave a 3 on the top. We're going to leave a negative 7 times x plus 4 in the middle equals, and just a negative 4 up here. I'm going to distribute in the middle. And then 3 minus 28 are like terms, so that gives me negative 25. And then we'll add 25 to both sides. So negative 7x equals 25 minus 4 is 21. Divide by negative 7. That gives me x equals negative 3. So number 20 starts off the same way. It still has this minus 2 here, which I'm going to give a denominator with by putting a 1 underneath it. And I see a common denominator x minus 2 already, but this one does not have an x minus 2. So I'm going to multiply the denominator over here by x minus 2 to make it the same. And I will do the same on the top. Now the denominators are all the same. I'm left with just a 2, just an x. And then over here I'm going to have minus 2 times x minus 2. So distribute. Plus 4. Combine my like terms. So 1x minus 2x is negative x plus the 4. Subtract the 4 to both sides. And we get negative 2 equals negative x. And then we'll divide both sides by negative 1 to get rid of that negative sign there. So that gives me x equals 2.